Welcome to another in our series of Real People in Scripture, where we look at the lives of real people who lived in real places at real times. Today we're going to look at the life of a man named Andrew. Now, if you're not familiar with Andrew, it's probably because when people consider the apostles, they usually think of Peter first. Peter was the one who stepped out of the boat. Peter was the one who seemed to be putting his foot in his mouth a lot of times. But Andrew was his brother. And Andrew was the one who actually brought Peter to meet Jesus. Andrew said, "We've found the Messiah, come and meet him." And so we look at the life of Andrew, and as we explore his life, we see that he was the guy that didn't seem to want to be in the spotlight. But when some Greeks came to Philip and said, "Can you take us to Jesus?" Philip said, "Oh, let's go and let's go meet Andrew first." And then Andrew was the one who had the courage to bring those Greeks to meet Jesus, which was a little unusual considering the divisions that existed between Jewish people and Greek people. But Andrew was the guy that, if I could sit down and have coffee with one of the apostles, he would be the one. Because while James and John wanted to put themselves in the forefront, they wanted to sit at Jesus' right and his left side, and they wanted to be in positions of power, Andrew really seemed to be happy to stay in the background. And, well, think about it this way. Do you know the person who shared their faith with Billy Graham? Or who shared their faith with Max Lucado? Or who shared their faith with Charles Swindoll, or any of the other people, preachers, whoever it might be that you think of when you think about the Christian greats? Those people's names aren't exactly known because they weren't worried about being in the spotlight. They weren't worried about being up front. So I don't think knowing a person's name truly matters. It's knowing their testimony. It's knowing their life. So if you're a person who likes to serve behind the scenes, I'm one of those guys, go ahead and serve behind the scenes to the best of your ability. Do it so God is glorified through you. If you're called to serve in the front, then serve in the front. Do it to the best of your ability. Do it for God's glory, because that's the most important thing. It's not about what you do or who you are or who's looking at you or not looking about you. It's whether or not you are doing something to glorify God with your life, with your testimony, with your actions. Who knows, maybe someday you will be a person like Andrew, a person who was behind the scenes, and yet God used you to bring somebody else to a position where that person's testimony was able to bring many people to Christ. Remember, your time is His time, so please use it wisely. God bless.